Hey everybody, so 1 or 2 weeks back I was looking for some Smash videos and I found this video by AGEntertainment. And at the end of the video he invited people to make a response. So I wanted to do that because there are a couple things that I find really disturbing in the video, actually. Mostly because AG, if you watch this, and if to my viewers, he, whatever, is a partner, so he gets paid to make these videos and everything and report on games, and there were some really. You know what? I'll show you guys. This video is going to be in 2 parts. Not meaning I'm going to upload 2 different parts, but I mean the video will be split. There's going to be facts and opinions. I'm going to do the facts first because things that are my opinion, you don't really have to. It doesn't carry that much weight. It's personal opinion, whatever. But there are some really factual things that got blurped, so I just wanted to bring that up. So without further ado, let's start the response.
Smash Brothers was announced at the Nintendo press conference this year. I was there, and they kind of, mentioned it. They threw it in there like, oh, by the way, we're going to have Super Smash Brothers for Wii U, and everyone's like, oh my god, yeah!
Announced for the Wii U and the 3DS. It's 2 games. It's not that important to the discussion. That's the point of this video, but it's still kind of an important thing because it could potentially be 2 rosters, which is another point of contention. But like I said, not the main point of the video.
I think these are the top 10 characters that would fit best in the Smash Brothers universe, which is why I think they are on the list to begin with.
So, they're on the top 10 list that you made because you think they should be on the list that you made. Well, yeah. I mean, they're on the list because you thought they should be on the list. Okay.
Number 10, Mickey Mouse. Now I know right off the bat you're going to say, AG, Mickey Mouse isn't a video game character. And I'm going to be like, really? Really now? Because Mickey Mouse has been in video games since NES days.
Yeah, but so has Superman and Sammy Sosa.
How can you say he's not a video game character?
Because he didn't start in games and he's not owned by a gaming company.
I mean, Disney used this game to solidify Mickey Mouse as a character that we all remembered. Because, for so long, Mickey Mouse has been just, Disney's logo. And Disney's like, you know what? No, we need to bring him back.
I don't think people ever forgot who Mickey Mouse was. I don't know anybody who has, and I mean, being a logo is a pretty big thing. I'm not sure what that argument's supposed to say.
And we're bringing back an old character to introduce to a whole new audience. Now, Oswald the Rabbit.
I think Epic Mickey was a tremendous game, and I love that they put Oswald the Rabbit in. It's just, Oswald the Rabbit has nothing to do with justifying Mickey Mouse as a character. If you wanted Oswald in, then yeah, talk about him, but he's not really a point towards Mickey Mouse.
My proposal is that they are going to be in the next Smash Brothers for Wii U. Why? Because Epic Mickey 2 is being rumored around, and some people have confirmed it, some people haven't. Mickey Mouse can use his paint thinner and his paintbrush.
Okay, but those aren't reasons to put it in. Mickey being able to have a moveset, which anybody can, and then another game being made. There are other games being made everywhere. You've got Monster Hunter Tri. You've got, Lost Story. You've got Xenoblade. You've got games everywhere being made. Another game being made isn't, especially when it's not a Nintendo game. It's a third-party character. It's not somebody that has a lot to do with Nintendo.
Choose to be Mickey or Oswald the Rabbit. Just kind of like how you can be Zelda or Sheik.
Okay, wait, no. Okay, see, Zelda and Sheik are the same person. Like that's the thing. That's the transformation deal. Mickey and Oswald aren't the same person. And they also have nothing to do with Nintendo.
Number 9. Balloon Fighter.
Well, at least this is a Nintendo game character.
To be honest, I think he should replace the Ice Climbers, because I think the Ice Climbers are the worst characters in Smash Brothers. But that's my opinion. If you love those guys, Ice Climbers, that's your problem.
I mean, I don't like playing as Mario in the game. Doesn't mean he should be taken out. He's still important to Nintendo. Same with Dedede and tons of other characters that I don't necessarily like that much. I mean, okay, it's opinion though.
Number 8, Nathan Drake.
Really?
Okay, this might seem a little crazy to people, because they're like, wait, Nathan Drake, come on, AG, what are you talking about? But I mean, that's the same thing I thought when they announced Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid is going to be in Smash Bros. Brawl. I mean, he just seemed like too much of a realistic character.
Okay, that's basically the whole argument. Is Snake is in and Nathan Drake's cool. Anyways, here's the thing. Yes, Snake is realistic, but there's always this bizarreness to his games that they actually use to face him in. But that's not the point of contention. It's not the realism. It's the fact that Snake is in because he's owned by Konami, which is a company that's very close to Nintendo. And even though Snake is mostly a Sony character, just because he appears on PlayStation mostly, he has games all over the map, and he actually got started. Well, he got started on MSX, but his first games were on the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. So he has a history with Nintendo, and he's with a company that has close ties to Nintendo, that has a lot of successful franchises with Nintendo. Nathan Drake is owned by Naughty Dog, a company that has never done anything for anybody but Sony and is owned by Sony. No connection to Nintendo. At all.
Number 7, Yarn Kirby from Kirby's Epic Yarn. Make this a separate character from the regular Kirby.
They tried something like that with Dr. Mario, and it really didn't work well, and Toon Link, Young Link is debated. I personally like having them, but for the most part, having two versions of the same character usually doesn't appeal too much. The only reason it works with Young Link and normal Link, or Toon Link, I guess, is because they have two different timelines and they literally are different people. But yeah, a one-off character from a game that doesn't have most of the powers that he has. I mean, it would be a different moveset, but I don't think it's really that important.
Number 6, Knuckles from Sonic and Knuckles.
Even though my personal opinion is that Knuckles should replace Sonic because I like Knuckles a lot more, we're not going to see another Sonic character. It's not a Sonic game, it's not a Sega game, it's a Nintendo game, and Sakurai has stated that he wants to keep third-party characters down as little as possible. He's not going to repeat a franchise. He probably won't even repeat a company. He probably won't even double up on Konami or Capcom reps or anything. He'll just do one per company, most likely. It's what he said anyways. He's basically heavily implied that he only wants to add one more third-party character, and it's probably going to be a Capcom. But that's just implication, that's not fact. But yeah, no, I don't think we're going to... No. I think he's made it pretty clear that we're not going to see more Sonic characters.
Team Rocket and Ash Ketchum. Okay, I combine these two for a reason. One, because the Pokemon trainer in Super Smash Bros. Brawl is pretty much Ash. I mean, can you guess how many people, when I played Smash Bros. Brawl, called the Pokemon trainer Ash?
I'm guessing at least 100% more than I've seen, because I've literally only seen, I think, one or two people who have. And honestly, I can't even recall that. I'm just assuming that probably somebody has around me, but I can't recall any instances. And as for him basically being Ash, that's because Ash is based on the Pokemon trainer from the original game, which came first.
For Team Rocket? Well, I don't think they really had a game yet. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Team Rocket's been in a lot of games. If you mean those three specific characters, kind of. Never directly by name, but Team Rocket was kind of... I think there were actually some Rocket characters who were modeled after them. But I mean, okay, but your argument, they haven't been in a game yet? That's why they shouldn't be in Brawl. This shouldn't be people's first game. This is about gaming all-stars. I mean, maybe put it in Team Rocket, but not because they haven't had a game yet, not specifically Jesse and James. In fact, I wouldn't say... I wouldn't put it in Team Rocket.
Number 4, Little Mac from Punch-Out.
Thank God. Okay, so 1 out of the 10 is a really good choice. Yeah, people pretty much unanimously agree that he's probably going to be playable in the next one. There are so many signs pointing towards it. It's probably going to happen.
Number 3, Girahim from Skyward Sword.
I guess. I mean, he's one among many one-time villains. There's really not any standout Zelda choices, so I mean, Girahim's at least in the running.
I mean, he could even go as far as replacing Ganondorf. I know a lot of people might get mad at that, because I know some of you use Ganondorf.
Oh, hell no. Okay, are you the guy that started this replace Ganondorf crap? Okay, look, I don't even use Ganondorf. Ganondorf, yes, he is a horrible character in Brawl. But he's one of the 3 main characters of Zelda. He's one of the most important characters to the series, which makes him important to Nintendo as a franchise, which is the whole point of Smash Bros., is to have the important characters. I mean... replace him with a one-time villain? I mean, Girahim's better than Zant, I guess, because Zant was being controlled by Ganondorf. Spoiler alert if you haven't played Twilight Princess yet. but if you haven't played it yet, you're probably never going to. He's been in literally every game except for like two or three. Okay, no. Okay, two or three that he was like not in and like wasn't even mentioned in. But there are other games. He's usually mentioned, even when he's not like a main thing. He's usually mentioned in the Oracles. He ended up being like the big final storyline. He's nobody is even close to as important as Ganondorf villain-wise. He has to be in the game. He's the third part of the Triforce.
2. Simon Belmont of Castlevania.
Yeah, the problem is he belongs to Konami like Snake does. If you replace Snake with him, I guess. But I'm pretty sure, as I said earlier, Sakurai's probably not going to want to double up on third-party characters because he's already stated how conservative he is about them. Other than that, I mean, he's a great character from a great series. It's just he's company's already being represented.
And the number one character that should be in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, Mega Man or Mega Man X.
Sakurai has directly stated that he wants a Capcom character to be one of the new third-party characters, if not the only new third-party character, so he's probably going to be in because he's Capcom's arguably most recognizable character. Some people say Ryu. I think Mega Man's more likely, but yeah, no, he'll probably be in. Anyway, not all of that was complete fact, but for the most part, a lot of the problems, the biggest problem I had with the list is that almost all of them are third-party characters. And as I said before, Sakurai's said he only wants to add like one, maybe two more. He's very, very reserved about them, and he's very into making sure that it's about Nintendo's history. Like, that's what all the characters have in common, is they have some kind of connection. Snake probably has the least connection out of all of them, but he is a successful franchise and represents a company that Nintendo gets along well with and does good work with. Sega is, I mean, Sega was Nintendo's rival back in the day, and so Mario and Sonic are rivals. That's why Sonic's in. That, and he was voted the most wanted character. Most wanted third-party character. Anyway, so that's why he was added. Was actually because of the fans voting things. So that was kind of cool. And they could get the rights. I guess getting the rights is kind of an important thing. Anyway, yeah, that's the problem, is almost all the characters were third-party characters. Many of them had no real connection to Nintendo. And there were a lot of factual things, like the fact that the Pokemon trainer came first and Ash is based off of them. I mean, you get paid to do this, man. I don't know. But yeah, so I guess if this is a wish list, like characters you want to see, I'm sure they'd all be fun to play as. Yeah, they'd be fun ideas. But a lot of them just aren't likely in the slightest. And like a lot of the reasoning too, like even though I agree with Little Mac being in, like the reasoning was like, okay, Little Mac should be in because he's a classic Nintendo character from a very recognizable franchise. He has a unique fighting style that hasn't really been used yet. He's recently had a revival that's been pretty successful. He's a Nintendo franchise. That's basically all the reasons that you need right there. His assist trophy pointed at the fact that Nintendo definitely acknowledges that he exists, or Sakurai does. He's received a lot of popularity. He's usually in the top 10 for polls of characters most wanted, and Nintendo does kind of listen to the fans. I mean, from Melee to Brawl, 9 out of the 10 most wanted characters were put in. So, I mean, there are a lot of reasons for Little Mac. It's just you didn't really say them, or for anything. A lot of the reasoning was just, it's an awesome character, it's fun, it's cool, he could do this. And, I mean, while it's fun, okay, if this is the wish list, then there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, if this is really characters that are most likely, you gotta discuss things that are actually reasons to put him in. I still haven't really heard any good justification for Mickey Mouse. I mean, there have been other people who suggested him. I don't know if it's because they saw this first, but I haven't really seen any actual justification for him being in. I've seen people want to put Naruto in, and they've used a lot of the same reasonings that you've used in terms of they've been in games. It's like, but they're not game characters. They started somewhere else. What is it showing about the history of video games? About like that's what Super Smash Brothers is about. Nintendo's gaming history and everything tied to it. It's not just a fun game. It's also a love letter to Nintendo's past, to its present, sometimes to its future. They put Roy in before he was actually released in his game. They planned on putting Lucas in before his game came out, but had issues. Um, yeah, that's what it is. It's a love letter to gaming in general, Nintendo specifically. So things like Mickey Mouse and things like Nathan Drake really have nothing to do with Nintendo, and it's just not what the game's about. I mean, and Sakurai has stated in many interviews what his goal is with these things, and they're easy to find. And he doesn't change his mind very often. He usually sticks to his opinions. Um, I kind of like that about him. He's got a lot of integrity for a developer. I don't see a lot of these characters being anything Sakurai would care about. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Good luck in the future. I'm jealous that you get to go to E3, by the way. I want to go to E3. Alright, see you later.